Hello everybody and welcome back to Stealwing33 Plays Dark Souls 3. I'm Stealwing33 and today, hopefully my game doesn't crash and I lose a ton of footage. In the last episode, we managed to make it all the way to the top of the Duke's Archive, and we've almost made it to the Lothric Princes, which is the final boss fight before we enter the end of the game here. So we're very, very close to the end of the game. In the recording that I lost because my OBS crashed, I got a Titanite slab by killing the three fucking winged knight guys that are up here. I'll try to kill them again. It wasn't that hard, to be honest. I did use a lot of resources, which is a bad thing because I do need as many resources as I can get to beat the boss here. But we'll be fine. I guess we'll do it again because I do know that they respawn, and I don't know if you can get more than one Titanite slab. But killing the winged these dudes I did get a Titanite slab, which I was not aware of actually. I actually came up here to kill them in order to get that one dude's twin axes, that guy's twin axes, the one who just slapped me in the back of the head with his axes by throwing them at me like some sort of dick. Which, you know, is fine, I guess. But, you know, we're doing fine. So, on top of that, that means that I can upgrade the Boreal Dancer swords all the way to maximum now. Which, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess if I lost the recording, I should have just done that between videos here. But, oh well. These guys they're not that difficult to fight. If you didn't have trouble fighting their regular counterparts, the winged version of them is not terribly much harder. We're a bit faster. Oh, please don't lag. The greatest performance-wise. Jesus. Yeah, it's not the greatest performance-wise. I'm sorry that the video is going to be super choppy. There's nothing I can do about it. There's literally Dark Souls and OBS are the only two things that are open on my computer right now. Did we literally drop frames? No. We got a warning that we were using too much CPU usage. Which, you know, is odd, but that's okay. Yeah, this area is just sort of hot garbage when it comes to performance. Oh god. Ooh. Well, we're doing... Oh god, my Dark Souls minimized because one of my antiviruses turned on, which might explain why the performance was taking such a hit. Yeah, I rebooted my computer after OBS crashed because it does that sometimes. That's embarrassing. Alright, now we gotta go up there, kill those guys, and get my souls back. But you can kind of see, like, they're not that hard to fight, truth be told. They can be tricky, but in general, I don't consider these winged knight guys to be all that hard. I have enough... did I have enough strength to wield the 23 strength? No, I have enough dexterity to wield... something. What did I wanted it to wield? Oh, I remember. Yeah, the Ukiniri and Ubadachi. So I got enough dexterity to wield these things because they have what might be the coolest weapon skill in the game. So remember that, like, jumping attack that guy kept doing at us? So you can do that with the weapon skill of this of these swords. It's kind of spectacular. I might actually turn these into poison swords at some point. But yeah, I spent a little bit of time off camera upgrading some weapons and getting myself you know, in a good position to fight with these guys and to do the Lothric Princes and stuff. And the Twin Princes is not an easy boss fight. I would hasten to say it's not the hardest boss fight in the game. I do think that honor belongs directly to the final boss of the game. The Soul of Embers, Soul of Cinders. Let's go this way. Ow. Ow. Well, alright, we lost all of our souls. There's an item over there. I think it's an Estus shard, if I remember correctly. I want it. I want to touch it. I want to touch it. It sucks that we lost all those souls, but there's a bunch of items up here that I want to get before we go fight the Twin Princes. Yes. Yes, what was I on about? Yes, this thing. We need this thing back. I do. So we have the Fair and Greatsword. I was talking to Skoblin about it. He's down in the comments down below. I don't know. I don't know how many people besides him watch it, so this might be like, an interesting conversation that I'm having about Scoblin in the third person here. But I was talking to Scoblin about the weapons and stuff, and great swords. I've never really been comfortable using them. For the most part, I sort of just don't. I don't use them very often, right? And not for nothing. Like, they're good weapons. They're slow, and like in normal games that would be fine with me. But in Dark Souls, I feel like you need to be much more nimble than greatswords allow you to be. But that's why if you're new to the channel or you're watching the Dark Souls series and you're interested in what I'm going to do next, I am going to be playing through Dark Souls 2 next, because I've never beaten the DLC for Dark Souls 2, and I've been told by numerous people that the DLC for Dark Souls 2 is like the best part of Dark Souls 2. It's kind of like BioShock 2. In BioShock 2, they if you've ever played like Minerva's Den or anything like that, you owe it to yourself to go back and play Minerva's Den. That DLC is one of the best I've ever played. And that's like even in comparison to like there are DLCs that I love like a lot that I think Minerva's Den's better than. That's like in comparison to like Old World Blues, which is one of my favorite DLCs in like the whole world. That's from Fallout New Vegas. But Minerva's Den was so good. They added a new weapon. It was basically like a standalone mini adventure, and it was just good. It was so good to play and nice to have. The Hunter's Ring increases your dexterity while you're wearing it, if I'm not mistaken. Very useful if you're trying to do, if you're playing a strength character and you have a weapon that requires just like an itty-bitty bit of dexterity or something like that. There are weapons that are like that. Jesus, what's a good example? The Farron Greatsword's actually a very good example. If you're doing a high strength build and you want to use like the Farron Greatsword or something, it is in your interest to perhaps wear the Hunter's Ring. Granted, at this point in the game, if you haven't like already statted yourself for it, then how much do you really want to use that weapon? Sort of my response to that kind of thing right there. Just roll away from these assholes. Ow! Fucking Axeman needs to go away now. Oh, roll away. Roll away. Ah! Jesus. Fucking Holy Wrath, man. Holy Wrath is so brutal to try to deal with. I'm hoping that these guys are just stupid and, like, don't use any of their attacks that allow them to come over here. And I can isolate them one at a time and do this like a battle arena. There we go. This'll be nice, actually. The Beyblade. The Beyblade. Just wail through him. There we go. Alright, we're good. Backstab. Fantastic. Get rid of all of these holy beams of light from heaven. And he's dead. Good. Alright. Now we just have to kill Axe Dude again, and we'll be good. Then there's only one guy left to kill, and then I think we'll probably just ignore the last guy, to be honest. If for no other reason than I don't feel the need to kill something that I've already, like, I don't need to get the Titanite slab, so I don't feel the need to go over there and fight that guy at all. Ow, that hurt. Damn it. I want the twin axes that guy has are a paired weapon that we can get. I think they're a little bit more strength-based than the ones that we've been using so far, which is, like, kind of why I'm interested in them. We can also use the Demon Fist right now, by the way. I have enough strength to, like, do that. And because we got the strength, or I got the faith necessary to do it as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think I only needed a little bit of extra to do that. Titanite chunk, not bad. Alright, so, down here is some items, which we will grab. If you're doing a faith build, I highly recommend coming over here. There's a bunch of items. Divine Pillars of Light is that, like, beams from heaven attack that the Winged Knights were doing on me so much. It's a good idea to come down here and get it if you can manage it. This Blessed Gem is nice. I would recommend not fucking around up here too much. That guy that's shooting at us, he's like he's one of the grub guys. And they're kind of a pain in the ass. So we're actually going to pull out the Gothard Twin Swords because he's weak to fire. and I don't feel like getting blasted off the edge of this thing right here very much. Ow. Easy does it. There we go. Okay. Once that guy's dead, you're free to kind of poke around up here a little bit. If I remember correctly, there's a place to drop down up here somewhere. No, it's not up here. It's in a different area. It's in the, it's above the Deacons of the Deep area. There's like a spot up there that you can drop down to, which I'll be showing off. There's a bunch of areas in the game that I didn't go to that I'll be going back and like showing you guys where stuff like how to like re-roll your character. Like if you're not happy with the build path that you've chosen, how to re-roll your character. There's a spot to do that. If you're not pleased with how so re-rolling your character is a big one. I'm going to show you how to get to an area. Let's just use a homeward bone. I don't feel like walking back. There's an area that we didn't go to where we have to fight Oseros, the consumed king. I didn't mean to go to Shrine Bonfire. I guess we'll reinforce our Estus Flask while we're here, but I didn't mean to do that. My bad. We have to go fight Oseros and do the area past Oseros. But we're going to be taking care of all of that after we're done with the game proper. That's my plan, at least. Go ahead and allot Estus back in this direction. Reinforce our weapon. Do I want to reinforce this to +5? It does make it pretty disgusting. 114 is actually not... It's not bad. I don't know. I mean, we could do the Goth or Twin Swords to +5. Maybe we'll save this last one, and we'll see if we can get some more Titanite scales. I know that when we go to... we still have to do the Dragon Aviary, or High Dragon Peak, I guess is what it's actually called. That area, we need to do that one, and we need to do... we need to do Oseros. We need to do the area past Oseros, which I don't want to spoil, but it's pretty cool. And we have to do... There are a couple areas left that we have to do after the game's over, which we just straight up didn't do. And you can do them. Like, we could have gone back and fought Oseros, like, right now, if we felt like it. He's not that hard of a boss fight. He can be tricky if it's your first time fighting him. He has some moves that are pretty atypical. For instance, he does a lot of charging attacks. And the difference in his two phases, the speed of the two phases that you have to fight, is a little rough. So if you're not careful, then it can be kind of tricky, kind of hard to fight him. But we'll be fine. All right, so welcome to the Bridge of Hell. I call it that because this bridge is 100% meant to waste your resources, so that way you end up fighting the bosses with fucking nothing. Which kind of sucks. If you're not aware, there's it's a tire bridge. There's a bridge like this in Dark Souls 1, and I also called that bridge the Bridge of Hell when I did it, except that bridge ended in a dragon. This one ends in a boss fight. So, you know. Oh, no, different bridge. But there is a bridge like this in Dark Souls 1, which was something. Actually, this sword's not bad now that we've gotten it upgraded a little bit. You can kind of see, like, I'm tearing through these guys in, like, 2 hits, basically. But yeah, when I do Dark Souls 2, I am planning on doing an entirely strength-based greatsword run. My reasoning there being that, like, I do think it's something I've never done before, so it'll be interesting for me. But you guys watching me struggle, it'll hopefully be entertaining. And I know that, like, you know, a lot of the time you're not here to watch the struggle, but I'm not an expert in Dark Souls 2. I know I have, like, a map open on my computer, like, I have it bookmarked. Talking about, like, showing me where to go and where the items are and where, like, stuff like the Estus shards are, which are stupidly important in Dark Souls 2, because you start out with 1 Estus flask in that game, which I think is just utter horsecock, because, like, there's no fucking way. How the hell are you supposed to beat the game? Like, there's no way. It's not fair. Let's go ahead and back the hell up. Apparently the Fair and Greatsword not super great against this guy. which, you know, I think I kind of expected to happen. But we'll just hammer through him here. There we go. Got a little scared there. Luckily, the Twin Greatswords of Darkness are still super good. Like, super good in that, like, they are tearing these guys apart. Every time I hit somebody with these things, they do not get back up very often. Ow. Don't die, please. Like, you can do whatever the hell you want. Just don't die. Do anything but that. I would do anything for views, but I won't do that. I can't stand people who do, like, they, like, play a game worse than they can, for, like, you know, entertainment purposes. Like, I feel like, yeah, there are people who, like, that works for. Like, Markiplier does that a lot, where he, like, will fuck around in a game and, like, get killed on purpose and for, like, comedy's sake. I just feel like that's super disingenuous. Like, you know, it's not like, I don't find it very entertaining to watch somebody get their ass kicked over and over again in a game. Like, it's one thing if, like, it happens. Like, there are times where I've died where, like, I'll make a funny noise and then I'll get my ass kicked, and then it'll be, like, that's okay. But, like, you guys know that, like, if I die, it's because something stupid happened, or I, you know, stopped paying attention, or whatever. Like, when my antivirus popped up, and it was like, oh, hey, boss, I scanned your computer. I can still see it. It's blinking at me on my right monitor, being like, hey, boss, we found some cookies. You want us to take care of these? And I'm like, I mean, I shouldn't have to tell you guys to delete cookies at this point, because, you know, I've been using you for 7 years now, and I think at this point you guys should know that I don't like the cookies on my computer. I kind of, like, don't want to fight these guys, to be honest. We already have, like, extremely dwindling resources, so you know what we're going to do is we're going to go activate a shortcut. We're going to go run the hell away and activate a shortcut. And then we'll come back. Yeah, I appreciate that this is not the funnest way to do this, but our build isn't good against the guys with the great shields. I could probably take the dude with the great sword pretty easy. Our build does a very good job against him, but I can't get through the great shields. The Demon Fist does a good job doing that. Oh, wait, I know where there's another Titanite slab. Alright, so you guys probably recognize this area as the area over by the Dragon Slayer armor boss fight. But fun fact here, so you activate the lift again, okay? So now that we've activated it once, we can do some cool shit. Down there is an item. Try dual wielding. What? I am dual wielding. Don't tell me what to do. This is my Let's Play. Nobody tells me to do me but me. You can ride this down. The second elevator. And down here is another Titanite slab, if I remember correctly. That'll bring us to 3, which means that I can actually upgrade, like, a couple weapons. Like, I can upgrade the Gothard Greatsword. I can upgrade a couple things. Yep, there it is, right there. Titanite slab. Those are super rare. And the fact that I now know where 3 of them are in the game. Well, actually, I know where 4 of them are. That's pretty decent. And now you guys know where 3 of them are. The Winged Knights up above the Lothric Twin Prince Bridge. There's one. Then you kill those guys, you get one. You get one in the Grand Archive for flipping that switch, and you get one for riding that elevator down. And then the last one, I'll explain how to get it after we do the area past Oryx, the Devoured King, the Sunken King. I don't remember what that guy's name is. He's a dragon man. There you go. Spoiler alert. I am looking forward to fighting him, though. So I realized something. In Dark Souls 2, your stamina bar fills up super slowly. Like, I'm used to it filling up, like, immediately after I stop doing actions, like it's supposed to fill up. So, like, I do this, and then, so, like, if I wait, like, if I just stop doing stuff, it starts filling up immediately. Yeah, it's not the case in Dark Souls 2. I don't know if you guys have gone back and played that at all, but the game is not super great in comparison to Dark Souls 3 here. Do I want to use... No, I think Prince Lothric is weak to fire, or is he weak to darkness? I don't know. I know the Farron Greatsword's not going to be super great against him, so we're not going to use it if we can avoid it. Oi, come here. I want to fight you. Come on. I know that there are some NPCs that we can summon to help us with this boss fight, which I am going to make use of for the record, if you were expecting me not to, tough cookies. This boss fight's too hard otherwise. I can get through phase 1 of the boss fight without help. I cannot get through phase 2 of the boss fight without help. Sue me. I just can't do it. Like, it's too hard. I was like, they're not coming up behind me, are they? No, they're not. We're good. Alright. Now, let's see if we can actually summon some help here. Or if we're shit out of luck. Nope, there's somebody. Who are you? Avitus the Swift. Alright, I don't know who that is. I hope it's not a player, because I'll be upset. If it's a player, we'll Black Separation Crystal them, and we'll just do it by ourselves, but... I don't know, we'll get there in a minute. Alright. Yeah, don't forget, that is a shortcut over there. Warrior of Sunlight, Avitus the Swift. Are you a player, or are you an NPC? Player. Gotcha. Alright, well, no, you gotta go. I made a promise. Later, bud. Sorry. See you later. No. Alright, we'll just do it by ourselves then. If it was an NPC, I'd have done it with him, but no. Players are no, let's go. But we'll let Prince Lothric talk a little bit here and Prince Lordran. Yeah, I don't remember this guy's fucking name.
Of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing.
Hey man, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm the Lord of the Hollows, man.
You've done quite enough. Now have your rest. So
fun fact, you can get the older prince's giant ass greatsword after this boss fight. So okay, so the Lorien, the Elder Prince, teleports like a motherfucker all over the goddamn place. My recommendation is to stay locked on, obviously, and time your rolling. If you can manage it, you just gotta kind of avoid losing sight of him. When you lose sight of him, he does have a tendency to do. He does like this giant horrible beam attack, which is kind of scary. It does a shit ton of damage. But if you just kind of keep your wits about you, this boss is not that hard. The trick here is knowing when to go in and when not to go in. Where'd he go? See, that's what I mean. So, I lost sight of him, and then he hit me. He hit me mostly because I wasn't aware of what attack he was doing, but, ow. I need to heal. Alright, cool. Gonna use up a little bit of our damage here. There we go. This is the holy wave attack of death. There we go. Drink, roll, hit, roll, hit. You can beat this entire boss fight one hit at a time if you really felt like it. The idea is just don't get greedy, and time your rolls properly, obviously, because you'll be surprised what you can dodge if you time it out right. There we go. And always try to hug the boss. Much like literally every other enemy in the game, Lorien has trouble if you dodge him to the diagonally to the right. He just has trouble hitting you. You're probably noticing me doing it all the fucking time, every time I fight anything in this game. It's the best strategy out of all the strategies. So once you kill Lorien once, he dies, but then the younger prince is a douchebag and teleports down here, I think. Do you teleport or you jump? I don't remember.
Dear brother, I'm on my way.
There you go, right. Yeah, there you go. So he teleports down here like an asshole.
Brother, unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
There you go. Alright. So now he resurrects the older brother, and the fight starts again! Luckily, Lorien only has half HP from this point forward, so you can make quick work of him. But in order to win the fight, you have to kill the younger brother. Not the older brother, the younger one, the one on his back. The younger brother casts magic at this point in the boss fight, and the older brother continues to do the horse shit that he did. The younger brother's magic is actually quite the problem. It interrupts my dodging ability. This attack in particular is kind of a pain in the dick, because it forces you to dodge roll out of sync with the older brother's attacks, which, you know, sucks. But I guess he gets full health the first time. Ah! Damn it. Drink. Drink. Alright. Gotta get in there. If we get near the brothers, the younger one stops casting magic so much, which is nice. But the problem is getting in on them. And then you just gotta be careful. It's like when you fight Aldrich. You just gotta be cautious, and you gotta play nicely, okay? That's sort of the idea here. The younger brother is weak to physical damage. I know that seems kind of weird, but he doesn't have any resistances to physical damage. He's got no armor, basically, because he's wearing... We got his armor set earlier, and his armor set sucks dick against physical damage, which is why I've never worn it, because that's really the principal thing that I have an issue with most of the time. Kill the older brother. So if you kill the older brother, you do get a little bit of time here to wail on the younger one for free. You got to be careful, because the younger brother, once he finishes this like little thing here, he does explode, ow, and does damage to everything and knocks you back. Which luckily does give you an opportunity to heal if you are particularly clever about your positioning and all the other shit that you can do. Ow! Please stop. I need to live. Don't die here. Don't die here. Shit!
Marks our grave, but you may rest here too, if you like.
Fucking, I'm gonna kick your ass, kid. I'll be back. You just wait. I'll be back. I'll be back, you son of a bitch. Wow, that's actually the best I've ever done against them solo. Normally I have to summon at least a small bit of help in order to get through that boss fight without getting my ass kicked, but we actually did a very good job. The problem is that, like, healing yourself, it becomes kind of difficult during the second phase. The first phase, there are opportunities to do it. In the second phase, there are a lot less opportunities to heal yourself, so the more damage you take, the worse off you are. I don't remember if they're resistant to dark or if they're resistant to fire or what have you. Both of my weapons are about equal. If I upgraded this to +10, the Gothard Twin Swords and the Cell Swords are about the same. The difference is in their moveset, basically, which is fine. But is there something better I could be doing with myself? I mean, if we really wanted to, we could go in with the Udachi and the other one, and then enchant it with, like, I think I have, like, a bunch of pine resin and stuff in my inventory that I've never used, right? We're going down, aren't we? Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, so that sucks. I do know that they are weak to lightning. At least I think so. I think they're weak to lightning. From last I remember reading, I think that was the case. Because when I did this on my first character the first time through the game, I basically used my lightning mace and just beat the shit out of them. Which I don't, by the way, if you're playing this game right now and you have the mace and you're really liking it, I will give you credit. It is a very noble path to take. I will warn you, the mace is one of the worst weapons in the game. Upgrade to the Morning Star. The Morning Star is literally the same moveset as the mace, but it does more damage, and it applies bleed all the time. Which makes it's just better. It's just a better weapon. Or if you really want to stick with, like, the mace, use, like, the Lucrian or the pickaxe or anything else. Almost every other weapon is better than the goddamn regular default mace that you start out with as a cleric. Which is fine. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fine. It's just, like, it's not good enough. Like, I don't know. It's not something that, like, I'm super excited about, and I was pretty pissed off when I discovered that other weapons in the game didn't make the boss fights take 1,000 years. Because I beat the game with that goddamn mace. I used that mace the entire game. Finally got it upgraded to a lightning mace. Beat the shit out of all the last bosses in the game. We're not going to summon Adam. We're just going to fucking fight the boss. We're going to do this. We can do this. I've already proven that we can beat this fucking boss fight. And not like particularly hardly either. Like, it took a little bit of doing, but like, we just gotta get into like the rhythm and do the things and hit the boss. Problem solved. I need a heal though. Again, the trick in most Dark Souls is just to hug whatever it is that you're fighting. It's a lot easier to dodge attacks when you're very close to them. Ow! Well, I'm dead. Shit. Alright, fine. Fine. That's upsetting. Yeah, my bad. I dropped the ball on that one. I got rattled a little early by getting whacked on the top of the skull by him at the beginning there. And then I just sort of went to shit. We'll get it. Look, I'll get it. Don't worry, guys. I got this. I can do this. Well, yeah, you know, and so I was on about something. What was I on about? Oh, about the mace. Yeah, fuck the mace. It's not like so I struggle because like it's not. It doesn't on paper. It's not a bad weapon, right? Okay. But in practice, it's awful. Like it's just awful. And you know, there's something to be said about like I like the mace's moveset like a lot. I actually think it's one of my more favored movesets in the game. I have like the Drang hammers and stuff. Like there are better weapons. You could use the club for all I give a shit. The reinforced club's actually better than the default mace. I don't have a default mace on me. Use the goddamn dark sword. If you're using a mace, you probably have at least decently high strength. You certainly have 16 strength. Use the dark sword. The dark sword's super good. Look at this shit. And this one's +3. I haven't upgraded it. I didn't do that. It just started out +3. It's already good. It's already good. Like that's awesome. Like it's I don't know how like what more do you need out of something than for me to literally tell you that it started out at +3. At +3 it does more physical damage than my goddamn +10 Twin Swords of Darkness, which have been a super, super great weapon set, by the way. I love these swords. They're super great. They're probably my new favorite weapon in Dark Souls. Which, you know, is saying something, because, again, it used to be the goddamn mace, and now it's not the goddamn mace, because the goddamn mace is goddamn bad. It's still super good in Dark Souls 2, as far as I know, but, I know they nerfed miracles and shit in Dark Souls 2. At some point, apparently there was a patch in Dark Souls 2 that nerfed miracles, and that's why they're nerfed in this one. But, you know, fuck do I know about nothing. There we go. Getting a little framey actually helped me dodge that a little bit, because it helped me see when he was coming down for the attack. But, you know, I'm not ashamed to admit that I used a little bit of framiness to help dodge an attack here. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. Bow. Ba da 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 da. Oh, you can critical strike this guy? What is this? New world. Whole new world. I did not know you could critical strike this guy. That changes everything. Oh my god, that makes this boss fight so much easier. Those critical strikes do tons of damage. They hit really hard. Oh, got him. Right before he struck down on me. That would have been nasty. Alright, yeah. Brother, rise from your grave. Become one with the altered beast. Ooh, excuse me. That sneeze has been coming on for a while, actually. Been coming on for a couple of seconds there. Ooh, woo! All right. Flippy dippy. Ah, flippy dippy. Gotcha, son of a bitch. Yeah, if you can hit the brother on the back of this guy during the boss fight with the older brother, it makes the second phase of this like super easy, because you can hit. The part that you're supposed to hit is the younger brother, right? So you gotta do your due there. Let's go ahead and back the hell up a little bit here. Drink a little bit. He's gonna teleport probably, or that asshole's gonna cast magic at me. Either one is pretty bad, but, you know. There are worse things that can happen to me right now. Like, I could get hit by all of these spells, and I didn't, so... Alright, there we go. I think if I'm only going to get one hit in, I should probably do... You know, do the thing where I hit the L1 instead of my R1. The R1 combo is good if I'm going to be able to get multiple hits in, but if I can't, then it's much better to do the L2 because I can get 2 hits in, and it does do more damage than my R1 by default. Let's drink again. Man, fuck this. This phase is so hard. Like, it's way harder than the first one. Just keep wailing on him.
Oh, dear brother.
Get him, get him, get him. Nope, just back up. We good. We Gucci. We're fine. We're fine. We're doing fine. We just gotta stay calm. It might be in my interest to try to wear some fire-resistant armor, actually, instead of the Mira set, which actually isn't that bad, but it's only good against physical stuff, which, you know, is generally what I want. Alright, there we go. Hide here. Use the pillar to block that guy's attack. Ow! Son of a bitch. Alright, just keep at it. We're almost here. We're almost there. We just gotta keep at it. Which is coming together kind of nicely, actually. Ooh! Ooh, ooh! Nope, back up. We'll just get him. We'll get him as they're rising back up. It's fine. Got him! Fuck you off. Yeah, bitch! I don't have to mark shit. I'm Lord of the Hollows, bitch! Yeah, show us what you know. I'm gonna usurp the flame. What up, nerds? Alright, now that we got that taken care of, let's go ahead and activate the, Do we want to activate the end of the game now? Yeah, I guess we'll activate the end of the game now. We can go back, so, don't fret. I am gonna go, like, you know, enter the last area of the game here. But there's more to do in Dark Souls 2 before we switch, over to Dark Souls 3, before we switch over to Dark Souls 2, my plan is to, I want to try to beat, the Dragon Emperor, whose name I can't remember for some reason. I want to beat him before we switch over to Dark Souls 2. That's the plan. So he's going to be the actual last boss of the game, because he's the hardest boss in the game. Definitely the hardest boss in the game. By and large, due to the fact that, like, he's just kind of a bastard. But we'll be able to usurp the flame. If not in this video, on the next video, we'll be able to do it. Yeah, so, like, we haven't done any of this yet, but you offer up the lords of the cinders of the Lord. It's actually the skulls of the dudes. It's the skulls on these chairs, right? The twin Lothric princes, their soul could be turned into the Lothric Platinum Blade, which is actually super good. It's pretty decent. It's got a really cool weapon skill that lets you shoot a giant laser beam out of your blade, which is kind of dope. But they also allow you to make Lorien's giant flaming greatsword of justice. Yeah, so let's take a look-see at these. So yeah, there's Lothric's Holy Sword. This is the Greatsword, I think? No, this is the Platinum Blade. This is the one that lets you shoot beams out at people. It's actually really good. If you are, if you've got good faith, you could probably make use of this. It's not a bad weapon. It's got pretty decent stats, regardless of that. Then we got Lorien's Greatsword. This is the Flaming Greatsword. You light it on fire with the weapon skill. It's actually pretty decent. The Dragon Slayer Great Axe, you can do the overhead lightning smash attack on that. With Yorm's Greatsword's actually like kind of vanilla. But they're pretty decent stuff. If you're If you're doing a high strength build, Yorm's Great Axe is actually super good. It is not as good as Smo's Great Hammer, which you get for free without having to make a thing. But you know, you could. It's still pretty decent. It's pretty decent. All of the boss weapons are pretty decent. I think that with one exception being that if don't use Aldrich's Soul to make the Great Hunt, the Life Hunt Scythe, it's not worth it. The attack is too slow. Do I have Ash for you? I do. Alright, let's, I already bought out all of her embers. What did we get? We got the Xanatos set from her, right? Yeah. We also got the fucking Morn set, which is kind of fun. Kind of fun. I don't remember dealing with him, but, you know, there you go. You can buy Lorien's armor after you beat the Twin Princes. The Black Helm set, Executioner set's nice. The Exile set's okay. The Xanatos set, you have to get the hat from the Xanatos guy in the swamp area where we fought all those giant crabs. But this set's pretty decent. It's a throwback set from Dark Souls 2? Dark Souls 2? Alright, let's go ahead and kneel before the bonfire, and let's get this whole thing started up correctly. And then on the next episode, we'll probably... No, we'll devote the next episode to just doing the final boss. The reasoning for that is that I think the final boss deserves its own video all to itself. Even if it's a shorter video, I think that it earned it.
And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires to the true heir.
Yeah, the game, I'm excited to get this ending, because it's been a long time coming. It's super easy to fuck up, but we managed to get all the way through to the Lord of Hollow ending, without accidentally doing something stupid or something that causes issue, which is nice.
Deliverers of the first flame.
She's talking about Gwyn and his cronies, who we murdered in Dark Souls 1. Those guys are assholes. Alright. Welcome to the Kiln of the First Flame. I am Stealwing33, and today we're going to be looking at some weird-ass shit. Let's take a look-see. Yeah, so... basically, we're coming to the conclusion of Dark Souls 3 here. You can see that this area is basically a super twisted and fucked up version of the game itself. Welcome to the Kiln of the First Flame. We're not going to be doing the boss fight, don't worry. I'm not gonna go up there and fight the boss. But you can kind of see that, like, this entire area, like, some of these buildings, you probably recognize a few of them. There's, like, a couple of... there's, like, that tree over there is, like... looks like the Curse-Rotted Great Wood. There's, like... there's stuff all over. There's, like, Lothar Castle and stuff. But this is the last area of the game. So on the next episode, we're actually going to be finishing up the main story of Dark Souls. But with that, I'm going to call it quits for this episode before OBS crashes. So thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw, let me know. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date on when I post more videos. And if you really like what you saw, leave a like. It helps the channel grow. It helps me out a great deal. And of course, with that, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!